Welcome back, biologists. I'm Dr. Kimo Morris at Santa Ana College, and today I'll be taking you through the external and internal anatomy of the freshwater drumfish. This is the freshwater drum, Aplodinotus gruniens, and because it's freshwater, there are going to be some differences internally with its marine counterparts, but for the most part, it serves as a really good model specimen. So let's go through the external anatomy of this organism. We'll start with the fact that it does have a fusiform body. It's built kind of like a submarine. It's tapered at the anterior end, and as you get to the posterior end, it kind of tapers down again to a very prominent tail. So this organism has a homocircled tail, which means that it is kind of equal in its geometry from the dorsal side to the ventral side. It has paired pectoral fins, so this is one side here, that's the pectoral fin. It has paired pelvic fins, so there's your paired pelvic fins. And it has dorsal fins too. It has a spiny first dorsal and the soft rays of the second dorsal right here. In this particular species, the dorsal fin actually is quite long through the length of the body. It also has an anal fin with a couple of very prominent spines here. Here is the caudal fin, the tail fin, and this is referred to here as the caudal peduncle, which is this muscular portion of the posterior end of the body that the tail is connected to. This organism has a single opercular opening, just like all other bony fishes. Being a bony fish, this belongs to the class Actinopterygii. And while it does have large eyes, which give it good vision, it doesn't rely primarily on vision. It actually relies mostly on olfaction or smelling. And here are the nares, and I'm going to actually zoom in on that. So there are the nares, which are the nasal passages, so that this organism can do chemical sensing of the aqueous world around it. This organism also has a lateral line running down the length of its body. In this particular species, it actually runs all the way through the caudal peduncle. I'm going to bring this organism up here so that you can see the lateral line more clearly, but this here is the lateral line. You can kind of see it. If I zoom in even more, you'll notice that it has pits to it. And as I zoom in, you'll also get a nice view of the scales of this organism. Again, because this is a bony fish, with its endoskeleton being bony, with true bone, its skin also produces bony scales. And so these scales are ctenoid in shape, as opposed to some of the other scale varieties in fishes, including the ganoid scales and the cycloid scales. This organism has ctenoid scales, and they overlap, as you can see here, giving it a very strong protective coat on the outside of the organism. Here's the mouth. In this particular species, it's on the ventral surface. In other fish, it is normally situated on the anterior end of the organism, but here it's actually underneath. So this ends our discussion of the external anatomy of the drum, the freshwater drum.